Come on in, sit back and relax. You're listening to episode 176 of the WealthTech Today podcast. I'm your host, Craig Iskowitz, founder of Ezra Group Consulting. This podcast features interviews, news, and analysis on the trends and best practices around wealth management technology. And this episode is part of our ongoing series focused on international wealth tech. And for this, I'll be talking to Jonathan Georges from Equisoft, which is a Canadian-based wealth tech firm. Equisoft has been in business for over 30 years and has built a suite of very useful integrated tools, including investment data research and analytics, financial planning, and CRM. We're going to dive into those in just a second. But if you are an executive of a wealth tech firm that's selling software to RIAs, broker-dealers, asset managers, TAMPs, or others in the US, then you should run, not walk, to our website, EzraGroupLLC.com, and fill out the Get in Touch form on the homepage. Our industry experts can deliver a wide range of advice, including competitive analysis, new product evaluations, market insights and strategy, advice on client buying decisions, integration development services, and more. Every vendor needs these things to be successful, especially when entering new markets. You can get on the right track by going to EzraGroupLLC.com. A few quick housekeeping ideas, notes before we continue. To learn more about Equisoft, go to the website at equisoft.com. That's EQUISOFT.com. Please subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss an episode. All right, now let's kick this thing off. Allow me to introduce our next guest on the program. It is Jonathan Georges, VP of Wealth Management for Equisoft. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, man?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, Craig.
I'm so glad you could be here. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada's national capital. But I should mention that Equisoft's global headquarters are located in the beautiful city of Montreal.
I love Montreal. I love going there to see clients and even going there for a vacation. The old city is beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially in the summertime.
Especially in the summertime. Winter's a little rough, but I do go up there for skiing up north, which is great. Can't wait to get back there. So can you please give us the 30-second elevator pitch for Equisoft?
Yeah, absolutely. So Equisoft is a firm that specializes in the design and development of digital solutions for the financial industry. Since the company was founded back in 1994, we've been focused on the insurance and investment sectors. And about 18 months ago, we expanded into the pension space through an acquisition of a UK-based firm called Altus. However, since the company's inception, we've really had a particular focus on developing tools to help financial advisors grow and manage their practices. And in fact, Equisoft's first product, the V1 of Equisoft Analyze, was coded by the company's founder and our current CEO. We have a continuously growing team of over 800 team members now, spread across 6 different countries. And in my opinion, this team is a real ideal mix of real good balance between the technical expertise and the financial industry knowledge and experience. And we can honestly say that we can understand our clients' needs because a lot of us have already been in their shoes.
We're seeing more companies, more innovative product ideas coming from outside the U.S. Into the U.S. market, and Equisoft is just one of those firms. What do you see the benefits of having this international exposure with multiple countries in the wealth management space?
Well, it certainly gives us the opportunity to expand beyond our borders. I can tell you, for example, being a Canadian-based company, we have obviously very many Canadian wealth management firms amongst our clients. And as being Canadian-based organizations, they're required by law in a lot of cases to offer services in both English and French. Now, for these wealth management firms, that it certainly adds a certain level of overhead costs. But what we found is that once they've got that infrastructure in place, for that multilingual infrastructure in place, the addition of incremental or additional languages is much easier. So in other words, supporting 3 or 4 languages, it doesn't cost that much more than supporting 2 languages. So being able to support these different languages helps these wealth management firms and the financial advisors that work for these firms to better serve specific markets. So one specific example is in Western Canada. We have some clients where the firms are able to offer services in some Chinese dialects like Mandarin and Cantonese. And they've seen some success compared to the competitors that aren't able to offer those services in those languages. Now, all that being said, I don't know if the economics are in place for firms in the U.S. to widely support, other languages like Spanish or Mandarin. But I can certainly say that from our perspective, we definitely see the benefits of a multilingual approach as a technology vendor. So we've built our systems from the bottom up to accommodate the multiple languages given where we're located. And that certainly gives us a leg up in our geographic expansion.
That does make a lot of sense. I think U.S. firms are sorely lacking when it comes to multilingual support, and they're going to find that as a benefit when they expand. But also with different communities in the U.S., I think if they had those other languages available, they could do better at supporting those different communities within the U.S. who feel more comfortable in a different language.
Absolutely.
Looking at your overall suite, so you guys have been around for a while. You have a suite of products. Can you talk about what they are and what the main benefits of each one are?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got, our Equisoft Wealth Management Suite provides financial advisors with a comprehensive integrated suite of tools. And each of these components of the suite can be leveraged as a standalone solution as well. But to give you a sense of what's included in this overall suite, we've got our advisor CRM called Equisoft Connect, Equisoft Plan, our financial planning tool, Equisoft Analyze, as I previously mentioned, the V1 of which was what founded Equisoft back in 1994. That's our investment proposal solution that offers portfolio design and analytic capabilities. And I should also add that just a couple of days ago, we acquired a Canadian company called CompuOffice Software, whose flagship product called LifeGuide provides advisors with multi-quoting comparison tool for insurance products. And our intention is to tightly integrate that product within our CRM suite to make the life of the Canadian financial advisor even easier. I should also mention that outside our advisor suite of products, we also offer products for asset managers, where we have a digital sales enablement platform for investment product wholesalers, as well as a managed service for the production of fund fact sheets.
That's excellent. I think it's helpful to have these products in these parallel categories between asset management and wealth management, because it gives you I think it gives you a lot of insights into how each one works, and you can share that data across between different firms in those spaces. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. We've certainly seen that in terms of our product development efforts, where we see feedback that we receive in one category of product reflected in our other products for a different audience.
And with your 3 products, the Analyze, the Plan, and Connect, let's just talk about Connect a bit. So that is a CRM application, and we really liked what we saw of the product, especially some of the integrations and some of the workflows. Can you talk a little bit about how your CRM is a little bit different, and how it compares to CRMs that are already available in the US?
Absolutely. So I'd say some of the features that help our CRM stand out are features like our deep integration, email integration with Microsoft 365 and Google. We also offer a very unique time tracking feature within the application. And last but not least, I would say our dashboard that allows users to customize the selection and the placement of different widgets really help our CRM solution stand out. I should also mention, in the particular to the Canadian market, one of our key value-added features, in addition to the ones I already spoke about, are what we call our gateways or our data integration points. We are clearly a market leader in the Canadian space when it comes to client data feeds for insurance products and investment products.
And this is not a new product. You've got very good traction with this product. Over 15,000 financial advisors and over 20,000 insurance agents are using the Connect product. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And I think that's interesting, because we're seeing more advisors adding insurance products to their mix and more insurance agents moving into wealth. So having a CRM that can support both, I think, would have a bit of an advantage.
We believe so, absolutely. And that's been our experience to date in the Canadian market.
Especially with access to insurance forms and different carriers.
Yes, and exactly, and with as I was mentioning before, with the addition of this Life Guide product, it takes it to the next level. So within our CRM, the intention is to be able to get multiple quotes, for example, from different carriers, all within our CRM experience.
Yeah, that's unique. I don't know anyone who does that. I know there's firms working on building those types of quotes into the financial planning tool, but it seems like there'd be an advantage for some advisors who are more sales focused to have that inside the CRM. Can you talk about how that works?
Yeah, absolutely. And I should mention as well that our financial planning tool has a deep integration with our CRM as well. So the advisor can go back and forth between the two. So if there is a need, for example, within the financial planning tool to establish a need, for example, for a life insurance policy, there is the ability to go and determine the exact need in terms of a face value, and then obtain various quotes from different carriers.
Yeah, it seems super valuable, especially being able to compare different policies. Because one of the things we know is that it's some of these policies are so complicated. Even the illustrations that the insurance companies provide don't help advisors or agents understand the difference. So having a tool that can show them side by side provides much better benefit and understanding of which product is best for your client.
Absolutely, and today we've been discussing, for example, the insurance side, but we've had a long-standing history of also providing a ton of information on the investment side as well. So pulling in client investment data. As I mentioned before, in our Analyze product, we run a number of different analytics. So every holding within the client's portfolio, whether it be a mutual fund, an ETF, or individual security, we have third-party data feeds coming into our application that allows us to run a number of different analytics on that investment portfolio as well. So historical performance, risk metrics, drawdown numbers, you name it, it's included in our Analyze solution, which is part of that holistic package that we offer.
Yeah, I think it's definitely unique that you have those capabilities all under one roof. There aren't many firms that have, in fact, I don't know anyone who's got investment data and CRM and financial planning all together. So that seems like a big benefit for advisors that want to have all those and be able to move seamlessly between them.
There's definitely a benefit of the integrated solution, but also, as I mentioned, these are also available as standalone solutions for those that want to kind of mix and match from different vendors.
Indeed, and that's always good to have the benefits. So they can try one application, and then they can also see you've got other things and maybe bring that in at some point down the road.
Absolutely.
What about mobile? We're seeing a lot more demand for mobile functionality. Is your CRM available on mobile?
Yes, it is. Our CRM is available in a native mobile app. So for our other pieces of the suite, we don't see as much need for mobile solutions. Obviously, if like a financial planning solution or a portfolio design and analytics, you're not necessarily going to do on on a phone, but there is certainly a need for CRM functionality through a mobile device.
Oh, indeed. I mean, more advisors are now they're traveling again, or they're even so they might only have their phone available, and being able to have that information uh, is important at their fingertips. And you support both Apple and Android.
Correct. Yes.
That's important. And how fast is the synchronizing? Is it real time synchronizing? So if I'm editing something, I'm in the field, people back in the office will see it right away.
Real-time synchronization. Yes.
That's awesome. I think we definitely need that. It's definitely something important. Let's switch to more general trends. What are some of the trends you're seeing with your experience, with your wide variety of products, and with having different categories of products across different industry sectors? What are some of the trends you're seeing around wealth management technology?
So I see kind of three main themes, I guess, in the wealth tech space. And I don't think any of these are going to be a big surprise to you, but they are. I can see from real life experience that that these are in fact trends that are quickly evolving. So the first one is all around the omni-channel client experience. So, the seamless and effortless, high quality client experience between the different contact channels that an advisor, client may have with their advisor, whether it be an in-person interaction, over the phone, or digital interactions. And these, from what I've seen, is really driven by the experience that they're having in other sectors, right? The consumer is used to having everything on demand, when they want it, how they want it, and that is their expectation for the either realistically or unrealistically for the financial services industry. Um, so I see a lot of financial institutions that are looking to integrate and combine different technology solutions, either from one vendor or multiple vendors, to create that what they view as that ideal client experience. The second theme I would say is all around AI-based technologies. So I saw a couple of stats recently that came out from Gartner, for example, that say that over 60% of financial institutions have deployed or intend to deploy AI and analytics technology over the next 12 months, and over 80% of the financial institutions intend to increase their AI spending over the next 2 years. So that's definitely an area where we see a big potential for growth. And the question a lot that often comes up with AI-based technologies is, well, how is this going to be used, and where is it going to be used? And we really feel that, especially within our suite of products, that the best use case for AI-based technologies is going to be in the determination of the next best action, in terms of from the financial advisor's perspective. So that whether that's like a sales oriented opportunity in terms of positioning a product based on the analysis of the client's history, or is it next best action in terms of their financial planning needs? So there's a number of different use cases we see there. And then the third kind of general theme that I'm seeing quite frequently is all around digital process automation. So, what I'm talking about there are all the areas around client onboarding, account onboarding, document management, digital signatures, and client bill pay solutions. So I think a recent stat that I saw is like more than 3/4 of financial institutions intend to increase their client life cycle spend over the next 2 years. So that's definitely another area of growth that we're seeing.
Those are great areas. Let me go back and roll it back to the first area. Talking about an omni-channel client experience. That's something we are seeing a lot of firms doing and building out. But what are some of the pitfalls? Like if you're a vendor and you're trying to build out this omni-channel experience, or better yet, you're a wealth management firm and you're looking for a vendor, and how do you ensure that they've got what you're looking for and got what you need? They're not just saying they've got omni-channel, but it really is. What should they be looking for?
Well, one thing for sure that I've noticed is a lot of wealth management firms are focused on the design or the client experience from a design perspective. And when that is the primary driver, I've seen some wealth management firms opt for design firms instead of technology first firms when engaging third party vendors to help them with this omni-channel experience. And the benefit there is that obviously they're getting a slick slick interface, a slick user experience. But where it all falls apart is in the connection to the back ends, right? So a lot of these design firms have a lot of experience with the design, but don't understand the complexities of all the integrations that have to happen in the background, that the plumbing, if you will. We've seen a in all transparency, we've lost a few RFPs to design firms when it comes to building that omni-channel experience. And in the vast majority of cases, they come back later and say, well, we dropped the ball, we picked the wrong supplier because they didn't understand our business. And so that's one pitfall I would certainly suggest wealth management firms try to avoid, because it can end up being a very time consuming and costly mistake.
That is costly. Many firms think that they don't see the full value or the full cost of building software. They think, oh, we can build this in X number of months and we'll have it, not realizing that there's a lot more to it. And you're basically supporting that software forever yourself. And you're not getting all the insights you'd get from buying from a third-party vendor that's bringing in, consolidating ideas, bug fixes, features from hundreds of other clients.
And continually enhancing that platform as well, right? A lot of wealth management or financial institutions think it's kind of like a one and done type of investment, one-off investment, but that means that the platform is not evolving over time. Whereas licensing or subscribing to a solution from a vendor that's dedicated to doing that obviously has that benefit of continual enhancement.
Jumping to your second point, artificial intelligence. What is Equisoft's plans for building in AI into your different tools?
Got a number of different plans. So I'll give you an example for our CRM solution. We've already got a concept in production with one of our clients that is optimizing campaign management for advisors. So what happens is in this case, it's done for a particular insurance carrier, where they've got a campaign that they want to promote a specific new product. And through our CRM, it will scour through the database and find the optimal target audience for that campaign, automate the release of that campaign, the emails that go with it, and the follow-ups, etc. So that's just one example. I'll give you another example of AI-based technology that we've recently implemented through a product we call My Financial Benchmark, which is a tool that allows investors or the consumer to benchmark their financial health against their peer group. So they can go visit the website, enter a few pieces of information about themselves in terms of their age, their region, the region that they live in, and a little bit more information about the amount of savings that they have, their current insurance coverage, etc. And the tool will find a common peer group, assign them to a specific peer group, and then benchmark them against that peer group on a number of different data points, like their savings rate, like their insurance coverage, like their spending habits, etc. And that's all that is driven through the collection of data into a data lake, and then the processing of that data through AI-based technologies.
It sounds like a valuable tool that can help do lead gen as well for advisors.
Absolutely, yeah.
And moving on to digital process automation, those are some very important areas: new account opening, document management, digital signature. And with 75% of financial institutions increasing their life cycle spend, there's tremendous opportunities in all those areas. How many of these digital process automation areas does Equisoft support, and which ones don't you support, and are you going to be building out those additional ones?
So the ones I listed previously, so client onboarding, account onboarding, document management, digital signatures, we already cover in our products. The one area where we have not we have not tackled is the client bill pay solutions area, and that's just a result of there not being a big demand amongst our client base, but it's certainly something we're keeping our eyes on going forward.
Yeah, we've seen a fair amount of bill pay, but it's usually in the higher end.
High net worth clients, absolutely.
Yeah, they tend to have a lot more bills to pay and can benefit from the automation, whereas the rest of us don't seem to have that problem. So I think we've covered everything. Is there anything I didn't ask you?
Not that I can think of.
Good, covered all. Fantastic, Jonathan. Where can people find more information about Equisoft?
A lot of all the information can be found at equisoft.com.
Fantastic, Jonathan. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, it's Craig again. Here are my top 3 takeaways from this episode. You really should check out Equisoft's Wealth Management Suite. There are 3 tools now: Analyze for investment analytics, Planning for financial planning, and Connect for CRM. I really like their integration with their Life Guide tool, which supports multi-quoting comparisons for insurance, especially if you're an insurance agent that's adding wealth management services, or a financial advisor that also offers insurance. You want to take a look at this because they've got some interesting workflows that are very insurance specific, and the ability to launch analysis of a client's needs in the insurance space, and then actually purchase life insurance all through the CRM, I think is a game changer. Number 2, U.S. wealth management firms and fintechs need to think about multilingual support, especially if they're going outside the U.S. for clients, or even inside the U.S. for different communities that might be more comfortable speaking a different language. As Jonathan mentioned, their platform is built from the ground up for multilingual. So a lot of fintechs in our space have not done that. But they need to think about it now and start building out this capability. So when the time comes that they need to add a second language, whether it's French or Spanish or even Mandarin Chinese, they will be able to do that. Third, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and other AI tools are really changing the nature of wealth management in our industry. We're seeing more and more firms launch real AI tools. There's some firms that out there that say they're AI and they're really not. It's just a big rules engine. It's not really AI. You really want to focus on firms that have the AI, because those tools are going to be much more intuitive and deliver much better results. I like their My Financial Benchmark tool. I think clients need more understanding of where they fit in their peer groups. It's going to give them ideas. It's going to give them understanding of things they should be doing because their peers are doing it. And oftentimes, people want to know more about what their peers are rather than an authority figure. So their advisor telling them to do something, they may ignore them, but seeing what their peers are doing may get them to do some right things and nudge them in the right direction. All right, you've made it to the end of another episode of the WealthTech Today podcast. Please go to our website, EzraGroupLLC.com, and scroll to the bottom of the homepage and sign up for our newsletter. Once a month, you'll receive an email chock full of wealth management goodness, news, information, analysis, and links. You will not be disappointed. Thanks again for listening, and talk to you all again next time.